In this video, I'm going to go over the common frustrations of working with images in Microsoft Word 2010. So, I'm in Microsoft Word 2010, I've got an opening paragraph, and what I want to do next is take a screenshot of my work. So there's several ways of doing that. If you're not sure what a screenshot is, basically it's a picture of your screen. So you can do this by pressing the print screen button on your keyboard. And if you're not sure what that looks like, it's usually PRT SCREEN. There's usually a print screen button that might say something like that, or it might say something like that. It's usually found on the top of the keyboard, so the top row of keys. And when you press that button, it will take a picture of your screen, and then all you would need to do is press Ctrl V in the application that you want to paste that picture, and it will appear. So there's actually another alternative way of doing this, and you can actually take a print screen of a certain section of your screen. If you're using a Windows 7 machine, there's this piece of software pre-installed on your computer called Snipping Tool. So if you go down to the Start menu and you type in snipping, and then that'll bring up the snipping tool. And if you click on that, what happens is it will blank out some of your screen, and then you can draw a box, you could draw a rectangle or a box, a square, around whatever it is you actually want to take a print screen of. It'll then open up in the print screen application, and you can annotate it from there if you like, or you can simply press the copy button, go into the application that you want to paste the image, and then paste that image. Again, if you're using a Macintosh computer, you can also do the Apple Shift and the number 4 key, and that will do a print screen also. So Apple Shift and the number 4 key together will also create for you a snipping tool effect. So I've pasted in a print screen here of my work, and what I want to do is to just have a piece of text, introduce the print screen, put the print screen there, and then write underneath this picture. And for some reason, in my experience, students have just gone crazy with this, and for some strange reason they want to be able to move this picture. I'm not quite sure why, because again it has structure. Text, introducing picture, picture, and then underneath here I would have my next text, introducing picture. And that's really simple to do, because the standard setting for any picture that's imported into Microsoft Word is to treat that picture as if it were a piece of text. And what I mean by that is, let's say I want to write underneath this picture. Most students that I've taught tend to struggle and panic, because if I try and click underneath the picture, well, I've just done that. If I try and click underneath the picture, you can't do it. Because if I try and click underneath the picture, I can't. Okay, my cursor won't go underneath the picture. And again, like I said, the students panic and they don't know what to do because they can't write underneath the picture. And so they tend to click on the picture, go to the formatting tab, and they play around with the wrap text dog, which I hate. And what they do, I think most of them, is put, I don't know, something like behind text or in front of text. So they might put it in front of text, which means they can then move it. And now I can move it, I can put my cursor, well, my cursor appears here, so if I keep pressing enter, like this, and move my picture up like that, and then keep pressing enter like this, and then I can start writing some text underneath the picture, and everything seems okay. But then they seem to want to be able to move these pictures around, and sometimes I end up with pictures covering up the text, or sometimes they put the pictures over here on the left, and they want to write on the right here, so they insert a text box, and they put a text box over here, and they extend it out so they can write more text. And then they realise that when they print out the work off and the picture is cut off or the text is cut off because they've gone outside the margins. It just gets very frustrating, and especially when it's towards the end of a page and they're moving their pictures down and they put them at the bottom here, and then they want to insert a new page and they don't remember how to do that, so they press enter again, and they've not learnt the technique of inserting a page break. So all in all, hopefully what I've demonstrated there is that there's a lot of complications with using pictures, especially when students get hold of a keyboard and a mouse. So if I just undo a few of these things and just get my picture back to its original paste, which was here. Now, what I tell my students is don't feel like you need to move this picture. Okay, so it treats this picture like a piece of text. That's all you need to know. As soon as you put a picture into Microsoft Word, it's as if it was a piece of text. So if you want to write underneath this picture and you can't click underneath the picture, what would you do if it was a piece of text? Here's what I mean. Here's a piece of text. I want to write underneath the piece of text, but I can't because there's a picture in the way. So what would you do? You'd obviously click at the end of the text and press enter. And now I can write underneath the picture. And it's exactly the same process with this picture. I can't click underneath it. So what do? Well, I click at the end of it and then I press enter. And now I can write below the picture. Some students again want to be able to write at the side of the picture, so there is actually some use to this little wrap text dog, and in my opinion the one that's most useful is the square. Because what the square will do is if I move this picture, it will allow me to write around the picture. You can see that it's put the word right that I wrote previously below the picture to the right. So as I start writing my text, it will automatically loop around this picture. I just bulk out this text with some copying and pasting, and obviously as I get towards the bottom of the picture, it will then automatically loop so that it's underneath the picture. So there is actually some benefits of using the little frustrating dog, but for me it's only the square tool, the square option. Otherwise, treat the picture like a piece of text and then it won't mess up any of your page layout. So in this video I've covered working with images. I've also covered working with the snipping tool to take a certain picture of a particular area on your screen.
So you go down to the start menu and you type in snipping, and then that'll bring up the snipping tool. And if you click on that, what happens is it will blank out some of your screen, and then you can draw a box, you can draw a rectangle or a box, square, around whatever it is you actually want to take a print screen on. It'll then overlook in the print screen application, and you can annotate it from there if you like, or you can simply press the copy button, go into the application if you want to paste the image, and then paste that image. Again, if you're using a Macintosh computer, you can also do the Apple Shift and the forward key, and that will do a print screen also. So Apple Shift and the forward key together will also create for you a snipping tool effect.